Hello, this is the sugarcane rainfall outlook for the North Growing District of Queensland, updated on the 27th of April 2023. This outlook will show the North sugarcane growing area of Queensland from Herbert up to Innisfail, first looking at recent conditions, and then the rainfall outlook for the coming fortnight and then the next 6 months out to October. On the next slide, on the right hand side, we see a map of the outlook area we'll be covering today. On the left, rainfall totals for the month of April so far to the 25th. As you can see for the map with these blue and purple dots, quite a few locations, particularly up towards the far north growing area, have seen more than 200 millimetres and some approaching 500 millimetres for the month. In contrast, at Ingham, there was 115 millimetres for the month of April, which is below average, and for most areas south of Tully, we did see below average rainfall for April. On the next slide, we're seeing the chance of exceeding median rainfall in May on the left hand side and June to August on the right. In May, there's a low to about equal chance of exceeding median rainfall. We see these brown shades towards Ingham, and then we do see increasing to white shades, or about equal chance as we head towards Innisfail. In June to August, again, we're looking at a low to about equal chance of exceeding median rainfall for the north growing area, but we do see fewer brown shades, particularly as we head down south towards Ingham. Next, looking at the model accuracy, and this is based on past performance at that time of year. And what we're seeing here is roughly the percentage of the time the model did get it right. In May, the median rainfall forecast typically get it right 55 to 65% of the time for the north growing area, but a slight uptick further north you go. Similarly, in June to August, the models typically get it correct 55 to 65% of the time, but we do see a reduction as we head further inland in that accuracy. Next, the rainfall outlooks for the next 2 weeks, in particular, the chance of exceeding 25 millimetres each week for the next 2 weeks. It is looking to be a dry fortnight ahead, with southeasterly winds dominating. So for properties not facing the southeast, we are expecting to see a lower chance of exceeding 25 millimetres each week compared to those which directly face the southeast winds. Next, the rainfall outlook for the rest of May. On the left-hand side, we see the 50% forecast chance versus the historical median. And overall, the 50% forecast chance is looking average to slightly drier than the historical median. As you can see, the more differences in the colours the further south you go, particularly south of Ingham. On the next slide, looking at the high or 75% chance of receiving at least versus the low or 25% chance of receiving at least. And a good way to think about this is it is similar to what you see on the BOM rainfall app with those rainfall ranges showing those two rainfall amounts. So for example, for Ingham, for the month of May, we are expecting to see between that 25 to up to 50 millimetre range is that middle 50% chance scenario. On the next slide, we look at June. And again, on the left-hand side, the 50% forecast chance versus the historical median on the right-hand side. And it is looking to be slightly drier than the historical median, particularly again, the further south you do go, but up towards Innisfail, it is looking pretty similar for both maps. On the next slide, again, looking at the high versus the low chance for the north growing area. And fast forwarding again, looking at the next three-month period from June to August, comparing the 50% chance on the left versus the historical median, and it is looking to be close to or slightly below the historical median for the north growing sugarcane areas. And next, the high 75% chance versus the 25% chance again for that June to August period. As we head to spring, at this stage, it's probably too early to give a confident forecast, but further updates will give information as we go. These maps that you see here show the historical medians based on data from 1991 to 2020. And what we're expecting at this stage is that some international models are indicating rainfall close to median or possibly drier than typical as the most likely scenario. So what you see here may be reached, or we might see slightly less than the median, but we will know as we head towards the springtime. Finally, short-term weather watch points. And we're looking at 24-hour rainfall to 10 p.m. on Thursday the 27th and 10 p.m. on Friday the 28th of April. On Thursday, in that southeasterly trade flow, we are looking at light to moderate showers, particularly for those southeast facing properties. But then by Friday, we see things clear up pretty quickly, and it is looking to be a dry last couple of days of April and first days of May. But as always, check the latest forecasts and warnings on the Bureau's website or on the BOM Weather app. That's it for this outlook. Be sure to send your feedback to agriculture@bom or bom.gov.au, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.